Alright, so here's a little look at what it looks like while using this build to level. Just clear this dungeon real quick, or clear some of it since it can be pretty long. So for our basic attack, we're using Lunging Strike because, well, it makes you lunge. Then we're using Call the Ancients for our ult. It gives you a ton of damage, gives you attack speed, they own things. For our core skill, we're using Rend, that you can just apply a bleed and then run away and they die, so it's pretty good for clearing, because you can just let it do its thing. Then we're also using Rupture. So what this does is, since the way bleeds work in this game, is you'll see it ticks down. Then like when you hit it, it doesn't quite transfer the damage completely. So you have to wait for it to tick down for most of your damage to go off. So what Rupture does is it allows you to pop it instantly. And it also heals you. Since I'm in hardcore, I'm using Challenging Shout. Which just gives you some damage reduction. So look here, I'll get his thing down, and then... Oh. He almost dodged it. And then we use Rallying Cry, Rallying Cry for movement speed and fury generation. I'll go through the entire skill tree in a minute after this.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough fury.
Alright. We got that. Okay, now I'll go over the skill tree a little bit. And I will link in the description like a website you can follow. Obviously. Alright, so start off here, Lunging Strike, then Enhanced Lunging Strike, Battle Lunging Strike, more bleed damage. It's basically just a bleed build. Rend here, get that to level 5 when you can. Now don't focus on getting it to level 5 instantly. Like if you have points that you can go add a new skill, you should do that first. Like don't dump 5 points in this. But so you put one here, then you put one here, and then one here, for example, and then you'd probably have enough to go down here and put one in there. You really only want to dump 5 in it when there's nothing else to dump it into. And there's these small passives, which I'll get to after the cores or the main skills. But these you basically don't really put much into until you have all your main skills. You don't really want to waste too much on that. War Cry, Enhanced War Cry, Mighty War Cry. Now note this is like focused around hardcore, so if you're in softcore you'd probably take the damage bonus, right? Here we got Rupture, Enhanced Rupture, and then Fighter's Rupture. If you're in softcore you can go Warriors. And then here's the one node that's small, one of the small nodes you do want to take the moment you get it. Hamstring, it slows enemies by 10%. You can just stick that in there, it gives you a free slow on basically everything. Now for the ultimate you want to use Call of the Ancients. It's really, really powerful. Like I was just deleting bosses in the campaign like pretty much instantly. It does big damage. It also buffs your damage, gives you 10% attack speed and damage. And then it also gives you a ton of fury, it slows enemies, and it has a chance to stun. This key passive thing, going a walking arsenal. If you have good Fury generation, but you probably won't while leveling, you could go on Bridal Rage, but I don't recommend that. It probably feels really bad. I actually haven't tested it, but there's no way it feels good while leveling because it makes your skills double, but you don't get double damage. You get 35% increased. Yeah, probably wouldn't recommend taking this unless you have like really, really good Fury generation somehow. But yeah, which you might. But that's gonna be later on leveling. If you feel like your generation is really good, you can take this. I wouldn't recommend taking this really either, unless you have a lot of crit strikes somehow while leveling. Yeah, so the small nodes, definitely want to take pressure point here. Vulnerable is a really, really good damage multiplier. I have the life and damage reduction here, so I don't die. I recommend taking this as well. I mean, I'll show you the thing. I'll show you the website here for the full like level 50 build. Let's see. Okay, here. So I mean, I just went through it, but there's a little bit more things clicked here. Like a little bit more small nodes. It's mostly the same, but just gets you up to level 50 with the points. After that, you can pretty much just dump it in whatever sounds good to you. Like, it's pretty hard to go wrong here. Alright, so the aspects you're going to want to look for is you're going to want to go to, dang it, okay. Mallwood, you're going to want to clear the Mallwood dungeon for this. It gives you Fury when you hit enemies with Rend. Then you're also going to want to go to Halls of Damn for the increased armor when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to 50 times. And the other one you're going to want is this. When you damage enemy, you get a barrier. Not gonna lie, I have no idea where that is. Oh, there it is. Lost Archives. I knew it was somewhere around there. Those are the three main ones you're gonna want to look for sure. Definitely, probably the best three for this build, I want to say. There might be a few others too, but then at the expertise, you're gonna choose two-handed axe for your special technique here, and you're gonna ideally want to use two-handed axes, even if it's not the best weapon you find. I mean, if you get a real better one, use that one for a bit, but I'm gonna try and use two-handed axes to try and get this expertise thing up, because you get increased damage to vulnerable enemies, and you apply a lot of vulnerable, and vulnerable is the big damage multiplier in this game, basically. So you're gonna want to go for that. Yeah, that's about it, I believe.